There are moments in life as a parent that are more satisfying than others. I'm a proud girl dad. Brian is a proud boy dad and girl dad. Sarah has a boy who I can't believe when we met him, he was about to turn 1. Now he's about to turn 9 in a couple months. Our buddy Luca, mini Kool-Aid man, if you will.
Can't believe it.
Can't believe it. But you had one of those moments over the weekend, Sarah, where you're like, that's my boy. And you were so excited
so
about
proud
it.
of him.
What was that moment for you, Sarah?
So we had a pool party at our pool where they had burgers or we had some barbecue. And I gave Luca the $5. He went and got lunch. I didn't see what he got. Turns out he came up to me later and he's like, when can we make those pork hamburgers? And I was like, pork hamburgers?
Right.
And he's like, yeah. And it dawned on me. I was like, oh, did you eat the pulled pork? And he's like, yeah. And I said, did you eat the whole sandwich? He's like, yeah, I liked it. And I was like, oh. I said, wasn't it sweet and spicy at the same time? He's like, yeah, it was really good. And I was like, Luke, you just made me so proud. That is your Southern roots right there.
So he had never had like a pulled pork sandwich in his life until this past weekend.
He
yeah,
wouldn't eat
right.
It. So this time, I just left him on his own, and he downed a whole pork sandwich, and I am so proud of him.
Now he's been touched by an angel.
An
ancestral angel from your Southern heritage.
Indeed.
Touched by a pulled pork angel, Brian.
Yes. Old Wilbur.
Oh, man. It was a good day.
You know, Sarah, for you, somebody that grew up in North Carolina, that was a special day of your child finally liking pulled pork in his life.
I was raised in a family that I had family in Mount Olive when we had a pig picking on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, on Easter. I ate so much pork growing up, and the idea that my son wouldn't even touch it, and now he likes it.
You didn't do the just one bite to be polite thing through his childhood?
He would do it, but he'd be like,
yes.
So dramatic.
Wonder where he gets. Where does he get the dramatic face, Sarah? I have no idea.
Eddie.
It's definitely Eddie.
Eddie's
your
very
husband.
dramatic.
You know, speaking of great Lucas stories, there's another one that we have to mention before we go, and that is all these, I think, acronyms and words that mean certain things that kids have. What is the most recent one that Luca has? What has he been teaching you?
Oh,
and
yes.
us?
You know, the Generation Alpha out there you're familiar with. Gyat.
Gyat. What does that mean?
It means that it basically means that you think someone's attractive and they have a real thick bottom.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes.
That's it.
And how does he use it around the house at your place?
He's like, hey, Mom, you got a gyat.
Oh, he says it to you, Sarah?
Oh, of course he does.
And he goes and he plays her butt like bongos.
That's also true. That's also true.
That's
While
our Luca.
I'm cooking, he'll be like, bap, 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 bap. And I'm like, yes, it's there.
Yeah, and that sounds like all the things our little Luca buddy would absolutely do.
He's 8 years old,
Look at
living
him.
large.
Yeah, living large, into pulled pork sandwiches and his
gyats.
There you go, Sarah. Good for you. It's Kyle.
Wait till he pinches your gyat and calls it pulled pork.
It's only a matter of time.
Every time you come